Alright, we are in Rotators, a link rotator. If you're curious what is a rotator, it's very simple. It gives you the ability to send clicks to multiple places in different ways depending on it. Now, the person that may use a link rotator is somebody who's testing multiple offers or a solo ad seller or a solo ad buyer to send it to different options, or if you're doing internal testing where you want to do different things. This feature is more of an advanced feature, so please keep that in mind as you create rotators as well. So in order to create a rotator, let's go ahead and get started. Now if I click on Create Rotator, you're going to be sent to this page. Now this page looks pretty familiar if you just watched the link video. The only difference is you've got a different group right up top, and this is groups based around where you created your rotators. Here you'll have the same thing, but you'll notice that the links are a little bit different than you had before. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Here you're naming your rotator based on what you want it to be called, and this is the friendly name that you're adding. From here you've got a couple different options. First things first, you can change the rotator mode. You've got fulfillment, spillover, and random. Very, very simple. Fulfillment means, and you'll see this later on in this video as you set the URLs that each and every link are going to. You want to make sure that you can fulfill it based on the number of clicks. Fulfillment says to go in order. Now spillover is very, very simple. What it does is just a little bit different than fulfillment. Now in fulfillment, each click is tracked not at the unique level, but the total level. With spillover, it's tracking unique clicks, and at the end of one click, you actually have the option to send it to different places. Backup URL, last URL, or top of rotator. So if a person comes in and clicks on the first time and they come back, this allows you to say, okay, send them back to the same URL, or send into my backup URL that we'll create in just a second. Or we can send him back to the top of the rotator to go through all the different links as well. So that's what spillover does. And then we've got random, which is just going to disperse random clicks based on the fulfillment that you've set. So if you've sent 100 clicks to 5 different websites, it's going to randomize and send one click at a time to each different website in no particular order to make sure that the variable is set and that there is no rhyme or reason behind it. Depending on what you select, you're going to notice that things were popping up just a little bit differently, but overall everything else stays the same. Now in this case, you've got Cloak Rotator. We are to discuss exactly what Cloak Rotator does, so if you remember from video number 4, you actually can cloak the site to make it your own if you like. If you don't want to cloak it, you can say no, and it'll just redirect. Last but not least, here is the backup URL. Backup URL is very simple because on a rotator, you don't actually set the URL. You can set the URL based on when the completion of the job is done. So let's say you have 100 clicks set up as a rotator and you've got 4 sides at 25 clicks each that are set up. After those 100 clicks are done, it will automatically click over to the backup URL because that's what it needs to do. So it tells you, hey, you've already delivered all your clicks that you've put inside your rotator, and now it's time to go to your backup URL. So in most cases, what people should put this backup URL is maybe your own site or another offer or whatever it may be. Now when you come down here to options, you'll notice a couple of things. There's very similar options available here, and then there's a couple of new ones available as well. Mobile URL we already went over again, very simple, it directs your mobile device. Pop bar, again, we'll go over that in a second if you want to add pop bar to your site. Pop up is a very simple thing. We'll again have a complete video. Again, if you're watching this video, scroll down and you'll be able to see the video about pop up after you watch this video. Same thing with pop bar. Now, cookie durations is a little bit different. You can set that cookie for the spillover rotator. Remember I said if you want that second click to go somewhere else, you can set up a spillover. You can set the cookie for that, so you can say after 5 days that person can go right back to the funnel, or after 30 days, 90 days, and let's start at a new cookie. Then you can randomize everything if you want. Now randomizing is only for spillover again, and lets you randomize the clicks and how it goes. It kind of takes the idea of the random rotator mode and it puts it into spillover, but in a normal case, a spillover would have the same effect as fulfillment. Geo-targeting, again, is very simple, lets you include and exclude countries that you want to target. Timer is in another video that you'll be able to see below this video. That'll teach you how to add a timer to any page on the internet. Pixel and code, again, same thing, allows you to add things like retargeting or Google Pixels or analytics that you can track real time. Bad clicks are a filtering mechanism that allows you to filter things like abusers, bots, servers, anonymous, spiders, or users as well. Again, please, this is an advanced tool. Until you fully understand Clickopia, we advise you not to use this tool. Detecting new bots, this is very simple. You hit yes, especially if you're a solo and buyer and you want to make sure that your clicks are being detected correctly. It's very, very important that you use this tool. Last but not least, we've got notes, and you'll be able to set up your notes. Now, once you're set up, and let's go ahead and put anything here for the backup here. Once you're set up, you're going to go ahead and create Rotator. And once you create the rotator, you'll notice that you will have everything here, and you'll be able to see everything right here. Now here's where a rotator gets a little bit more complicated, and it is an advanced feature. Now what you're going to click, obviously you've got your preview and your copy, so you can copy a rotator, and you've got all your actions right here, which are very simple. The reason why everything's hidden right now is because you've got to click on the URL. Now you'll notice here real quickly that there's nothing here on the URL right here, right? So what you need to do here is to go here and add a URL. So when you go add a URL, you're presented with a completely different page. This is where you name the URL. This is where you're going to send the person. You're in such a position. This is where you want them on your list. So in this case, and I'm the first one, I'm going to go and set that to set myself up for 100 clicks and 50 a day. And you could even give them bonus clicks. So if you're fulfilling someone who is a solo ad buyer, or you're selling solo ads, you can go ahead and set the fulfillment here and saying I'll give him 10 extra clicks or 5 extra clicks. And then you've got, this is the number of minimum, mobile, and maximum. If you leave everything 0 or empty, it's going to automatically default to 0. So you can actually set the number of clicks as a mobile user and as a normal user that you receive as well. And then there's geo-targeting. Even though you set it on the main rotator, you actually have the option to geo-target based on actual links or the URL that you're doing. So if someone you're selling traffic to, for example, says that they only want the top 5 countries, this is where you set it for their link. Only any other spillover clicks will automatically go to the next URL. You can even set the start date, the end date, and you can deactivate and activate. So what I like to do in most cases is set up everything I do and set up the notifications and hit add URL. Once you click add URL, it's going to throw it right into the system, and you'll notice now that it says one of one URL, and you can see it happening here right now. Right off the bat, you'll notice the big thing that showed up, share. This is your actual public stats that you can give to somebody as your clicks are being calculated. It allows users or the person you're delivering traffic to, or for yourself or for your team to view and analyze the actual traffic that's coming, including IPs and so forth. Now, if you want to create another one, we go and create another one more time, and we'll just fly through real quick. And we'll put something here, put that position to 100 clicks, 50 bonus, and we'll just set this up like this. And immediately once we set that up, you'll notice that this number goes to 2 of 2. Now, as the clicks are getting fulfilled, so you see here we set 100 clicks on each of them. As a click gets fulfilled, so here we say 50 clicks and 5 clicks. So once 5 clicks are fulfilled for today, automatically flow over to here and finishing those 50 clicks. And if all 55 clicks are done, it's going to send them to the backup URL that you already set. Again, you have actions over here on the right-hand side. You can do things like editing, deleting, resetting, or positioning. So you could actually drag them around and change into different positions as you wish. Very simple. The clicks are tracked. Anytime you have questions, in most cases, if you simply hover over the question mark, it'll give you the exact answer that you need or have a question on. Of course, don't forget to check out our frequently asked questions. That is the rotators. I hope that you understand it. I hope that this all makes sense, and I hope you can use it. Again, this is more of an advanced feature, so if you're here and a little lost, chances there you're probably not ready for this feature yet, but just know that it's here for your use. With that being said, I'll see you on the next video.